vague and unconfirmed source, but it's something that he swears by. As you guys are exchanging money, coins,
Pinkies.
you guys do hear the crunch as someone in kit walks up to you guys. And you guys see it is... If I find it.
It's Nova!
Nope, it's Comedian.
Oh.
It's Comedian! It was an Ashbourne and I was in the ballpark.
KO'd silently by Shroud,
Understandable.
who uncaringly is followed by Grover. Actually, I'll put it like this.
Like, I am at social gunpoint. Actually, no, they're at job-based gunpoint.
And then touching down is Nova in her full kit. Actually, I don't know why I'm putting well, up there. Just put him there you go, in the center there. There we go.
Oh, it's all four of you. I would ask Ram for this, but I have a solid suspicion.
They're doing some last minute checks at Aunt Liz's place.
Understandable.
You know, grabbing all the precious belongings, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We are heading out soon. Our time here has elapsed.
Hmm.
From what I heard from Nova Senpai, you are going with Anvil. Yes?
Nod.
He is going... He thinks for a moment. Never mind, I can just give it to Anvil. Nova looks at him like, but you didn't start at that, so why didn't you? Why didn't you go high? Why didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
He looks away from her.
You showed weakness.
I wanted to give some stuff, a gift before we depart. I think that's a relatively shared sentiment, although I would not overstate gift. Mine is a gift. Mine is not. Comedian does like a thumbs up. Well, go on then. Hand them over, your softies. Oh, okay. Shroud does go over to Jin and begin fishing around in one of his packs, his pouches, holding many things, despite how small it is. Dun, 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 dun. As he reaches into it, fishes around, and pulls out a small wooden box. Small wooden box with a slidable lid. And he presents it over. I see that Garth is AFK at, like, a very inopportune time.
First time.
I'm back!
Yeah.
I did use bathroom fast. He will receive it and do a small bow of appreciation before opening it up.
He bows back to you, and as you open it up, you see quite immediately a nice short writing desk, it's not an ink well, but an ink maker, like where you would use to mix ink and stuff like that, along with a brush. And you've seen this more than, you've seen it plenty of times before. This is a calligraphy set.
Nice.
So he presents that over to you and says, it is said that words or insights into oneself. He gestures at himself as he says that. And it is good to express oneself. Especially if you have a spirit that is beset. I hope this helps.
I'm certain it will. Thank you.
He bows, takes a step back. Comedian goes over to Caradoc. Fred isn't here. And she gives him over what looks to be a wooden carving with some script on it that none of you recognize. Out of game, it is... I'm probably going to mispronounce this. It is the Wunyo rune script. Which means balance. So that one's an interesting one. For 1 hour, he can equate his con and strength scores. For 1 hour. It's like halfway to like a potion of like giant strength. But let it be known that, Caradoc unsurprisingly has a maxed out con, and a -1 strength. So for 1 hour,
he is
for 1 hour,
jacked.
that will it will let him wear heavy armor.
Actually, that's a question. With the phrasing, does that mean it like makes them both 3, or just makes them both like equal to the highest one?
It takes the highest one.
Takes the highest one. Sick. So jacked. Yeah. Good God.
It's a good thing Camille doesn't talk, but as Caradoc is in contemplation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can all of you roll me your perception?
I can roll you one whole perception, my boyo.
Okay.
We got some good rolls. Those are some good rolls.
Not the worst.
Okay,
Most we have is a 19. Oh, god damn it.
Unfortunate.
Damn.
All is well in the world as Grover approaches you, Dahlia, and holds out to you a Dahlia.
Look at it.
It is a rainbow-colored Dahlia. In a very peculiar manner. It doesn't, go from rainbow inward, outward. It goes rainbow in a clockwise manner.
What?
Having an abrupt stop at a certain point. It does not take a nature roll to tell that that's not natural, but it's also coming from Grover, so thusly it is supernatural. Hyper-natural, perhaps.
Gingerly take it if she can, cupping just underneath the petals, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about maintaining it. I'm well aware it's a singular flower with no stem or root. Well, he gestures as some stem. It is self-sustaining as long as you give it proper sunlight and water. Hang on to it. I'm not one to hide symbologies or anything like that. Let it be a reminder of the beauty our work can do if we only give it time, if we only cultivate it properly and dutifully. Remember that.
How fragile is it?
He shrugs a bit. If you're worried about it dying if you take a hit, it won't. It's sustaining enough for that. I just wouldn't go around using it as a weapon or tossing it into fires.
Wasn't planning on it.
Excellent.
Thank you.
He nods and takes a step back. So I'm sure you're all wondering what was up with this perception roll. As the distraction piece, Grover giving advantage to the person in question, as this beautiful exchange of this lovely flower that is radiant, truly, as all of that's happening, Badger,
Yes.
you feel a nudge. You feel a nudge on your shoulder from Nova. Psst. Hey.
Yeah.
Take this. And she flings you a very interesting looking crystalline rock. Well, I guess not a rock if it's crystalline, but you know what I mean. Gem. Take this.
What's this for?
You can't see her under the visor, but you get the feeling that she's smirking as she holds up the stone, a different stone, but looks exactly the same, a separate stone. She holds it up to where her mouth is and speaks into it. Hi.
Oh god, no.
And you feel
As a
it
walkie-talkie.
send into your head.
Amazing. I love this. Thank you.
Okay, you're already using it properly. It only works on 25 words a day, but...
Oh.
I just wanted to test it.
I'll remember that.
So, that's what Sneaking Nova does with the Grover Destruction. Which he 100% strong-armed him into it.
Which is probably partially why he's like, I wouldn't call it a gift. Be careful with the term gift. The other reason is Dream Rampant.
It's a lesson.
Hmm.
It's a lesson he's giving, which I guess lessons are gifts if you think about it. I digress.
Word finagling.
And as, this sneaky exchange happens, you guys do see approaching Anvil. Da 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 da. Ambigonate.
Boing.
Right.
And of course, he is flanked by Aunt Liz. I need to make some space here. Roll 20, you good, buddy? There you go. And of course, Aunt Liz is flanked by Francis, who has taken to carrying the knife you guys, well, one of you guys, gifted unto him. Not at his side. He holds it, how to say this? It's on, like, where his collar would be, pointing downward. I don't know, like, what that style is called. So if it's like, you know, person's like this, I know, amazing artwork here. The knife is very clearly present right here on his torso, on his upper area. Good for quick reaction. So you're giving your farewells in. Yep. Do you have a gift for them too? No. Oh, just fights immediately then.
To be fair, he's coming along with us, so if he does have a gift, it will be later.
The gift of
Exactly.
his presence.
Or that.
I'm hurt. Well, you're coming with us. Have you gotten your orders yet? No. She thinks for a moment in a hopeful manner. As she's giving this no remark, you guys do see something happening behind her. In a manner similar to how she digitally deconstructs you guys, this is a digital construction. Although it's quite clear it's not fully there. It's much more illusory than physical presence. You guys see this individual apparate behind her.
That's terrifying.
Whoa!
Mechanicus.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, you
not
can see the
Mechanicus,
seals.
Not Mechanicus, actually.
Huh?
Close though.
Is that a chaos
Close
one?
though. Nope.
Hmm.
This is a navigator. So
Oh.
they're a very forgotten faction that are absolutely necessary for the Imperium. Classic 40k. But that's not who this person is. This figure apparates from behind her. She's contemplating it, and then immediately all the other Ashwarns just sort of take one prominent step back, except Anvil. So here I was. There you go.
Scoot everyone
One
away.
large step back. I guess I could go with you guys. When will I be expecting you back? She flinches. She turns around.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Hi. Silence. My question stands. When will I be expecting you back? She begins like tapping her fingers together. I was sort of thinking I could stay out here for a bit longer. She goes quiet at that. You have a show to perform. Justine will be there. Do you intend on abandoning her? Okay, that's really like just starts. That's really manipulative to say, but is the truth. She was quiet at that, like, dang it, I've been out-logicked. I can, like, skip one? She says, looking into Anvil for some support, like, come on, be a bro here. And he just stares at her and shakes his head, like, I'm not getting involved in this. Fine. My question stands. I don't know, a couple hours. As long as you're back by nightfall. She, like, perks up at that. Yes! She looks at you guys. That means I can tag along. Then she turns over to Anvil for a little bit. She looks over at the figure. Thanks, Pops. He grows quiet at that. Then finally, after several tense moments, you see the other Ashwarns just sort of like, not cringe at that, but just sort of look at her in awe as she says that.
Like, you said what?
You only call me such monikers, such emotionally tied monikers, in some vain effort to get more out of me. Is it working? No. Disconnect. She shrugs. Girls gotta try, right?
You don't say.
So, I can tag along with you guys for at least till nightfall. Well, a couple hours before nightfall.
Sure, I'm not against it. Do we want to know what that was about? Who that was?
That was Prophet.
Oh, I remember you mentioning him. He is actually quite terrifying.
You hear unanimously, except from comedian. Yeah. Actually, Nova doesn't say yeah either, but the other three actual words go yeah.
Yeah.
Did I mishear? Did you call him Pops? Well, yeah, he's my dad.
Like biologically?
No, she shakes her head.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
He adopted me.
Mm-hmm.
He's the reason I am in Ashburn. She like sort of flexes. But he is right, though. I shouldn't leave Justine hanging. But she begins like determining, like sort of thinking on it, doing flight paths in her head. But I got a pretty good amount of wiggle room. I don't suppose you guys need me to hot drop you anywhere before I go. Eva turns to look at you guys, like, like
not.
with a sort of pained look on her face, like, nah, not really, sort of look. I don't believe so, Nova. Damn. Press my luck for nothing then, she shrugs. But at least I can hang out with you guys. And she looks at Anvil. Say not soon, right? Correct. Nice. Finally get out of this town. It was a nice enough town. Yeah, sure. It's not Erudicio, but not all of us has the luxury.
That's an exceptionally high standard to try and hold up to.
Just because
I
it's
assume.
hard doesn't mean you shouldn't try. No, I think that's entirely unduly unfair. Due to a different shift in economic resources in the immediate region. Okay, yeah, shut up. We get it. Fine, whatever. Come on, let's go. So, what do you guys do? You guys can head out right now, do some less stuff in Kravos, go, I don't know, go find Badger's Bastards to help you get another role. I don't fucking know.
Nah, Keen would probably attack him on site.
Murder them on sight, yes.
Probably.
Unless we physically hold him back, and even then I don't know if we could.
He'd definitely score at least 1 or 2 kills. Given that they only have like 11 HP.
He could throw a rock at them hard enough.
Probably, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so the only wardens coming with this is Nova for a small stint, and then Anvil, and then everyone else is just going different directions.
Correct. Shroud is going east on the eastern road, and eventually heading northward to the Ventori League. Grover and Comedian are taking the western road, or western road out, but are immediately, same as you guys, but immediately detouring to go in a more straightforward path to the Dream Rampant. Through the Dream Rampant.
Oh boy.
Although Grover's not staying with her during that entire stint either.
Alright.
Final destination technically... Oh, I think final destination technically for Grover is the Parenti Confederacy.
Okay. In that case, Jin does have a question. I guess something to just hypothesize at Grover.
Yep.
Grover, I had a question, theory that I wanted to run by you.
Very well.
Do you know... That's a bad way to start that sentence. You would know this. Saratini.
He nods.
Right. I had the thought last night of, what if that's something that was happening in Velcaster? Even with the death of the Hive King, maybe there was something else that it was trying to provoke with the intense heat. Colony King, thank you. I couldn't.
Colony King, and I find that quite unlikely.
Hmm.
As you might have seen and experienced yourself during the final moments of Velcaster, the Colony King overextended without knowing he was overextending.
Hmm.
To say in plain layman's terms, they were playing at different power levels. He was
Right,
punching
it was-
above his weight class. And he quite clearly, I say he, it quite clearly learned that in its final moments.
Hmm.
It'd be the equivalencies of young Francis over there trying to punch Theorin, thinking he would get a playful punch back, but Theorin gets mad and then proceeds to roundhouse kick Francis's head off.
Looks at Theoden.
Luckily, Theorin is over there. Francis is over there.
Yeah. He could probably actually do that. Beside the point.
Regardless, the Colony King wouldn't have had time to adapt such abilities. And as we discussed prior to the annihilation of Velcaster, he already had deep origins underground. Or rather, deep capabilities going into the underground and tapping into the water there. Now dried out. I did my own checks when you guys were unconscious.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm very glad that I checked then. Did not have to waste my time with... Not a foolish venture, but a question.
The death of a greater Newman and a lesser one. A fledgling one. But it's good to be paranoid. For it stops being paranoid when you're proven right.
Which I imagine you lots are very familiar with.
He
Regardless,
nods.
Your assistance has always been appreciated.
He nods.
And then I'll leave, because Grover doesn't want to be in this conversation anymore.
Grover doesn't want me in any conversation.
Yeah. Well, I try to keep it brief.